today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Cleveland Browns taking on Lamar Jackson and the Miami Dolphins.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Jackson from the shotgun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll run here with Akers. Powers through. Akers, he coughs it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looked looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they've played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they've played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. First carry for Christian McCaffrey, pushing through the contact, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. We're scoreless after one. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Browns. Travis Kelce, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Browns are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
To throw again is Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
From the gun, Jackson. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. The dangerous Jarvis Landry back for Miami. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They go play action with Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now to try again after the sack. Hurts. He lets it fly for Lockett. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st down, Hurts. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Travis Kelce in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, 1 half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt Trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New York Giants. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And here now is Travis Kelce. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far, as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They may have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Browns continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
Play action. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exact.
Touchdown! Van Jefferson, 35 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson quickly into the hands of Mims.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Jackson on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Tyus Bowser able to drop him for a loss of a couple. After the sack on first down, Jackson.
Throw left side, taken in by Mims.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. To throw again on second down. Jackson going for the right side here, complete. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
69 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners. I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. Play action. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 42. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. One last shot for Jackson. He'll air this one out for Mims. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.